we are going to discuss cyclic properties of circles. Here you can see a circle with a quadrilateral inscribed in it. The quadrilateral has vertices A, B, C and D. These vertices are concyclic. So the quadrilateral which is inscribed in a circle is known as a cyclic quadrilateral. The vertices of a cyclic quadrilateral are concyclic or they lie on the same circle. So here we study cyclic properties of circles. We study certain properties of cyclic quadrilaterals through some theorems. So first of all we are going to discuss the first theorem. Each pair of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. So consider a pair of opposite angles, angle ABC and angle ADC. It is telling that each pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. That means angle ABC plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degree. Hence we can write in a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, angle ABC plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degree. Similarly, we can write the other pair also. Angle BAD plus angle BCD is also equal to 180 degree. Now, the converse of this theorem is also true. That means, if in a quadrilateral, if opposite pairs of angles are supplementary, then that quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. So, that is the converse of this theorem. Now, the next theorem. An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. So, let us take one exterior angle. Let us produce BC to E. So that angle DCE is formed and it is an exterior angle of this quadrilateral. This exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angle. Angle DCE is equal to angle DAB. So this is the second theorem. An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. Exterior angle DCE is equal to interior angle DAB. They are opposite angles. So they are equal. Similarly, you take any exterior angle at any vertex. All those exterior angles, each of those exterior angles will be equal to the opposite interior angle. The converse of this theorem is also true. If in a quadrilateral, one exterior angle is equal to the opposite interior angle, then that quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. So that is the converse of this theorem. That is also true. So let us revise. Theorem 1. Each pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. Theorem 2. An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. These are the two theorems that tell us the cyclic properties of circles or the properties of cyclic quadrilaterals. Now we can solve question number 4. A cyclic quadrilateral is given ADEB in which angle DAO is given 51 degree and at the center angle AOE is given 150 degree. We have to find out angle BEC. Angle BEC and angle EBC. These two angles we have to find out. First of all, let us see angle BEC. Clearly, angle BEC is equal to 51 degree. Angle BEC is equal to angle DAO because BEC is an exterior angle and DAO is the opposite interior angle. Therefore, we can write angle DAO is equal to 51 degree and angle BEC is equal to angle DAO is equal to 51 degree. Here we can write the reason. Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So angle DEC we have got that is 51 degree. Now we have to find out angle angle AOE is equal to 150 degree. Therefore, angle DOE we can find out. Angle DOE is equal to 180 minus 150 is equal to 30 degree. The reason is angle AOE and angle DOE are linear pair. Linear pair. So angle BOE is 30 degree. Now we have to find out angle EBC. If we get angle OBE, we can easily get angle EBC. Now see the triangle DOE. The triangle DOE is an isosceles triangle because OE is equal to OB. They are the radii of the circle. Hence these two are equal sides and these two angles. These the angles of isosceles triangle that are opposite to the equal sides are also equal. That means angle OBE is equal to 180 minus 30 degree. This is 30 degree. 180 minus 30 degree divided by 2. Because each equal angle of an isosceles triangle can be obtained by this formula 180 minus the vertical angle divided by 2. So, reason we can write triangle OEB is isosceles. This is equal to 150 by 2, that is 75 degree. So, OBE is 75 degree. Therefore, EBC is equal to angle EBC is equal to 180 minus 75, that is equal to 105 degree. Reason? They are also linear pair. So angle PEC is 51 degree and angle EBC is 105 degree. Now question number 7. A circle with diameter PQ and angle PQR is given 58 degree. We have to find out angle RPQ and angle STP. Now, we know that angle PRQ is 90 degree because it is angle in a semicircle. Therefore, we can write for the first answer, it is given that angle PQR is equal to 58 degree and angle PRQ is equal to 90 degree. Angle in a semicircle. Now, we have to find out angle RPQ. Angle RPQ is equal to 90 degree minus 58 is equal to 32 degree. Now we have to find out angle STP, that is this angle STP. Now we have already got the value of angle RPQ, that is 32 degree. It is also given that PQ and SR are parallel to each other. We know that alternate angles are equal. That means angle SRP will be equal to 32 degree. Now consider the quadrilateral PTSR. PTS and R are consecutive points. That means quadrilateral PTSR is a cyclic quadrilateral. Each pair of opposite angles is supplementary. That means angle SRP STP is equal to 180 degree. These two angles are supplementary. Reason? Each pair of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. So angle SRP is 32 angle STP. This angle is 148. So angle RPQ we have got, that is 32 degree, and angle STP is 148 degree. Now see question number 9. A cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. CD is produced to E and angle ADE is 75 degree. It is also given that angle OBA is 45 degree. We have to find out angle OCA and angle BAC. First of all, angle OCA. This angle we have to find out. OCA. Now, we know that angle ADE and angle CBA are equal. Angle ADE is equal to 70 degree. It is given. Angle CBA is also equal to 70 degree because it is equal to angle ADE. Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to interior opposite interior angle. So, angle ABC or angle CBA is equal to angle ADE, that is 70 degree. Hence, we can find out angle COA. Angle CBA is 70 degree. Angle COA is equal to twice angle CBA. 2 angle CBA is angle at the center is equal to twice the angle at the remaining part of the circle. Angle at the center is equal to 2 into angle at the remaining part of the circle. Hence, angle COA is equal to 2 into 70 degree, that is equal to 140 degree. Angle COA is 140 degree and triangle COA is an isosceles triangle because OC is equal to OA. They are radii of the circle, therefore triangle COA is isosceles and the vertical angle is 140 degree. We can find out the base angles and the required angle OCA is one of the base angles of this isosceles triangle. So angle OCA is equal to 180 minus 140 by 2. The reason is triangle OCA is isosceles. Now that is equal to 40 by 2 is equal to 20 degree. Hence we have got the value of angle OCA, that is equal to 20 degree. Now we have to find out angle BAC. This angle we have to find out. Now already we have 45 degree over here, that is angle ABO is 45 degree. Now triangle ABO is isosceles because OB is equal to OA, radii of the circle. Hence, angle OAB is equal to 45 degree. Angle OAB is equal to angle OBA, that is 45 degree. And we have already got angle OCA and angle OAC, that is equal to 20 degree. So 45 degree plus 20 degree will give you the value of angle BAC. So we have got angle OAC is equal to angle OCA is equal to 20 degree. Already you have got it from the above statement. Now, angle OAB is equal to angle OBA is equal to 45 degree. Triangle OBA is isosceles. Hence we have got these two angles by adding value of angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to angle OAC plus angle OAB is equal to 20 degree plus 45 degree is equal to 65 degree. This is the value of angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to 65 degree. So angle OCA is 20 degree and angle BAC is 65 degree. Now question number 16. The chords CD and AB of a circle are produced to meet the point O, so that triangle COA and BOB are formed. Here we have to prove that triangle BOD and COA are similar to each other, and we have to find out the value of AB. It is given CD is 2 cm, BO is 6 cm and BO is 3 cm. We have to find out the value of AB, and also we have to find out the ratio between the area of quadrilateral CABD and the area of triangle OAC. So here we have to apply the similarity theorems. First of all, let us prove the triangles. In triangle ODB and triangle OAC, we know that these two angles are equal. Angle ODB is equal to angle OAC. The reason is the exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. Therefore, angle ODB is equal to angle OAC. We can also get angle DOB is equal to angle AOC. DOB is equal to angle AOC, common angle. Therefore, triangle ODB is similar to triangle OAC by AA criteria. Now, we have to find out the value of AB, chord length of the chord AB first of all. That means by applying the correspondence of the sides in the similar triangle, we can find out the value of the length AB. That means OD by OA is equal to OD OB by OC. OD by OA is equal to OB by OC. Now OD is 6 and OA is OB plus AB. 3 plus AB is equal to OB is 3 and OC is 6 plus 2, that is 8, which implies 9 plus 3AB by cross multiplication. 9 plus 3AB is equal to 48, implies 3AB is equal to 39 and AB is equal to 39 divided by 3, that is 30 centimeters. So this is the length of the chord AB. Now we have to find out the area of quadrilateral CABD by area of triangle OAC. We have already proved that triangle ODB is similar to triangle OAC. Now we know that in similar triangles, ratio of their areas is equal to square of ratio of their corresponding sides. That means area of ODB divided by area of triangle ODB divided by area of triangle OAC is equal to corresponding sides. From ODB we can take OB divided by OC. From OAC OC whole square. That is equal to OB is 3 and OC is 6 plus 2, that is 8 whole square is equal to 9 by 64. So this is the ratio of the areas of triangle ODB and triangle OAC. Now let us take let the area of triangle ODB be 9x and area of triangle OAC be 64x. So area of ODB is 9x, area of OAC is 64x total. That means we can find out the area of triangle CA, area of quadrilateral CABD, area of quadrilateral CABD is equal to area of triangle OAC minus area of triangle OBD. Bigger triangle minus smaller triangle is equal to 64 minus 64x. You have taken it as 64x minus 9x is equal to 55x. So area of quadrilateral CABD is 55x and area of triangle OAC is 64x. Therefore, the required ratio area of quadrilateral CABD divided by area of triangle OAC is equal to 55x divided by 64x is equal to 55 by 64. This is the required ratio of areas of quadrilateral CABD and triangle OAC is equal to 55 by 64.